Hey guys, Victoria here, and welcome to, I hope my audio is plugged in. The Geeky Sandbox. Hey, got to sleep in today, guys. I have a lot to take care of today, so you're probably going to get quite a few trailer reactions from me. And just reviews in the next coming weeks, because a lot of things dropped this week that I want to talk about, and then there's a couple of things last week that I want to talk about. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into our first trailer reaction. It's going to be The Invisible Man, starring Elizabeth Moss. And if you guys don't know anything that Elizabeth Moss was in, she was she's one of the biggest stars in The Handmaid's Tale, which is also a book. Check it out. And also, she was recently in The Kitchen. I think it was called The Kitchen. It's kind of a money mob kind of crime movie. And then she was also in Us as the neighbor, the friend. But yeah, she's a pretty good actress. Never really have any complaints about her performances. I'm not sure if The Invisible Man is based off of the old movie or the book, but we'll talk more about that here in a second. But without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and jump into The Invisible Man.
As the attorney representing Adrian's trust, I'm required to read a prepared statement. Cecilia, although our relationship was far from perfect, I thought that you would talk to me rather than run away.
Are you okay? What happened to him?
He cut his wrist. Per his final wishes, you're getting $5 million. Contingent, of course, on the fine print.
He can't be ruled to be mentally incompetent.
It just doesn't make any sense.
What?
Adrian wouldn't kill himself.
Listen, you're getting your freedom back, okay? Don't let him haunt you.
Hello?
Fun.
I'm scared.
You don't have to be scared of him anymore.
He was a sociopath, completely in control of everything. He said that wherever I went, he would find me, walk right up to me, and I wouldn't be able to see him.
Are you okay?
Someone sitting in that chair. I found something that can prove what I'm experiencing. You need help. Adrian is dead. I went to his house today. He's not dead.
I have a pile of ashes in the box that would disagree with you.
He has figured out a way to be invisible.
Only thing more brilliant than inventing something that makes you invisible is coming up with the perfect way to torture you, even in death. Adrian's true genius was how he got in people's heads.
Don't come any closer. Hey!
I'm not crazy. Please listen to me.
You're saying the person trying to kill you is in the room right now, but we can't see him?
He's listening. Where are you? Where are you? Show yourself! Come on! Do it! There you are.
Nice! How lovely. A great Valentine's Day movie, guys. Let's talk about it. The Invisible Man, I definitely get a lot of those Invisible Man vibes from 1933. Of course, The Invisible Man 1933 spanned about 3 or 4 different films, and it was a little different with that origin there. This person was like, hey, I found an idea. I think his name was Jack. He found an idea that kind of made himself invisible, and one of the effects of what he took made him insane, which you kind of get some hints of that here, except in this film it seems like Elizabeth Moss's husband, I'm still a little loose on names, I forgot the name already, I think Ryan, I don't remember what his name was. He seemed to already not have good intentions, as we see at the beginning of the movie when he's trying to track her down and literally kill her almost. Like, it seems like they have some sort of abusive and toxic and probably verbally abusive relationship there, which kind of reminds me of Hollow Man, which came out in 2000. I think it had Kevin Bacon in it and it had several other actors in it. I remember Kevin Bacon because I remember him being creepy in it. Shout out to Catalina. I know she loves Kevin Bacon. But with Kevin Bacon in that movie, he played a guy named Sebastian Cain, and Sebastian was kind of an asshole and he was very arrogant. Same thing, he had this obsession with perfecting like the idea of becoming invisible, so much so that he can't turn back. He can't get out of that form of being invisible, and while he's in that form he does a lot of terrible things, and the whole movie they're trying to find a way to stop him. So that kind of gives you guys an idea of what both of those movies are about and what we could probably expect with The Invisible Man. I do like that they are trying to take that concept. It's a very well-known concept. It's not very new, as you just heard in the examples that I used, but I like that at least based on the trailer, it looks like they're trying to make it their own, and that's something I can appreciate. So I did see one person I want to shout out for sure that popped up in the trailer a lot, our black male actor Aldis Hodge. If you guys, recently I've seen him like where I remembered his face. I saw this movie called What Men Want that starred Taraji P. Henson, and wasn't a fan of it, but he was in that film. He also was in Hidden Figures somewhere, and he was in Straight Outta Compton. So he kind of has a few things under his belt, and I like this look on him. I like this look of him being this detective. Oliver Jackson Cohen, who looks like he's going to be our main protagonist, or excuse me, antagonist in this movie. He has a lot of projects under his belt, but there are mostly films and TV show appearances that I have not seen or that I don't know of, but I do know the Haunting on Hill House, which is on Netflix. Check it out, guys. Really good series. So I can see why they plucked him out and was like, hey, we want you to be in this. We want you to play this guy, this, that, and the other. And it seems like this character can have a lot of layers to him, a little depth, but we'll see whenever the film rolls out. But I think this might be a character he can have fun with. And another thing I think is worth mentioning, the film was written and directed by Leigh Whannell, and he has some pretty good things under his belt, so I'm pretty confident that this movie will be pretty exciting, just as long as it doesn't fall into those very cheap jump scares and kind of like, I guess, predictable formula. One last thing I want to mention, because there's always one last thing, right guys? Aside from this movie coming out February 2020, which is a really good month to see a good little scary movie, this was a book written by H.G. Wells back in 1897, titled The Invisible Man, and very similar concept there. So Leigh Whannell has a lot of material to pull from. So like I said, I'm interested to see exactly what he's gonna do and what he's gonna provide us. Drop it in the comments if you think you're gonna go see it. I know I am. I'm gonna have to convince Steven to go see it. He's not a horror movie person, but this kind of falls more in that line of like, or under that category of thriller, so maybe I can convince him. But anyways guys, if you like this video, go ahead and give me a like rating down below, and of course, if you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can get more videos like this one. And until next time guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!